our channel. I thought I'd go live before between work and going to Casey's game tonight. And I'm going to go help a neighbor move real quick between then and now, also. So I got a lot to do. But I wanted to tell you about a Christmas that truly changed me. And I just felt like I probably ought to share this story because it's had such an impact on me that I thought I'd share with you. So, hello, Jody Edward. Guys, let me know where you're joining me from. I cannot believe how nice the weather is. I know I've said that a lot lately, but it's just bizarre. I never remember a December like this. It still gets cold at night, but it's just been absolutely gorgeous. All right, we got some people saying hello, Jody and Brenda and Wayne from up in upstate New York. Welcome everybody. Let me know where you're joining me from. Oops, I just hit a button and I got a new phone. Can everyone hear me okay? I hope you can. So thanks for joining me. Brenda in Indiana and Wayne can hear me okay. I'm going to tell you guys about a Christmas that truly changed me. And I hope it has an impact on you. I could have put it on a video that we edited and stuff, but I'm just going to tell you the story. Awesome. There you go. Vernon, you guessed it right. Vernon guessed that the mission that truly changed me was one while I was on my mission. And that is true. 30, let's see, 33 years ago or some more. I left in 90. So it'd be, wow, 34 years ago, I went on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter day Saints to Chile. I was assigned to the Chile Santiago South mission. And it was an amazing experience. I learned Spanish and I got to know the people of Chile and their customs and their cultures. And I just loved it. And the whole purpose was to teach people about Jesus Christ and his gospel. And it was awesome. My first Christmas in the mission field, out about 6 months. And I remember I was still missing home. My Spanish wasn't great. My mom had sent a package with me into the mission field. That's how impressive my mom was to think about Christmas 6 months in advance and say, just in case our package doesn't get to you, here's a little box that I want you to save for Christmas. And I thought, Mom, that's a little overly prepared, but okay, thank you. Well, as you can guess, Christmas came and my package from home never didn't arrive till March, so 3 months later. And I opened that package Christmas morning. My companion and I had put a little branch of a tree as our Christmas tree, and I went to open my little package, and there was ants coming in and out of it. They had found the candy, and I opened it anyway. I washed off the ants and I ate that candy. But that's not the Christmas that changed me. Trying to get in some better light here, maybe. So the Christmas that truly changed me was the next Christmas. And my companion and I had been assigned to that area just a week or so before Christmas. Neither of us knew people. We were not invited to any homes to spend Christmas. Back then, we used to call our families just a couple times a year, and Christmas was one of those. But my family, I was the oldest of 10 kids. And back then, to call home, collect from long distance, it costs a lot of money. And so I remember my mom and dad saying, "Okay, kids, let's make it quick. Everyone say hi, tell them Merry Christmas." And we didn't get to talk very long. So after maybe 15 minutes, my my dose of home was over, and my companion and I had nowhere to go. He had called his family, I'd called my family. And we're like, okay, well, let's go teach people about Jesus Christ on Christmas. And we made a goal to find 4 lessons that day, to find 4 individuals or families that would let us teach them about Jesus Christ. And we started knocking doors, and you can imagine how that went on Christmas. Um, we would knock doors and, "Hi, we're missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ," and the door would close, or we tried to be as bold as we could and just, "Hi, it's Jesus's birthday. Could we share a quick message about," and the door would close, and that happened all day long for the most part. We did have a few kind individuals that let us share a quick message about Jesus Christ. Um, to be honest, a couple of them were probably intoxicated, but they still let us share with them about Jesus. And so we had found 3 individuals or families, or I don't remember a whole family. I remember a couple individuals letting us talk to them collectively. And anyway, we had 3 lessons, and it was nearing nighttime. By the way, the picture on the front of this video is not of me and my companion, but it's just kind of a replica. What would you call it? I, I I found 2 missionaries that were walking away, and I made it look old time, like 30 years ago, 33 years ago. But honestly, um, oh, I started to tell you, in that picture, they're walking and it looks like it's dry, and that's how South America is, or Chile is in December. December in Chile is summertime, and so it was hot. So it wasn't a cold Christmas; it was a hot Christmas, and it was all day long trying to get indoors. And at first, it was discouraging, and I was homesick. But something happened to me that day. I started to get happier and happier, even though we were getting rejected over and over. And I just realized that for the first time in my 20 years of life at the time, I was truly serving the one whose birth we celebrate. And and it hit me really hard. I realized that for the first 19 years or 20 years of my life, I had treated Christmas as if it was my birthday. What am I going to get? I hope mom remembers to get me this. I hope dad heard me hint at this. But for that Christmas, I realized that for the first time ever, I was actually serving the one whose birth we celebrate. And I was trying to teach people about him. And it made me super happy. Um, on our way back to the apartment, or we actually rented rooms from families back then. And on the way back to our room that night, we found 3 lessons, which was pretty good for Christmas Day. But we saw a guy out smoking a cigarette, and we went over to him and said, "Hey, could we share with you a quick message about Jesus Christ on his birth?" And the guy said we could, and we shared a quick message about Jesus Christ, and I just felt so good that for the first time in my life, I had served Jesus for his birthday. Well, the reason I'm telling you this story is because it's one I never want to forget, and I think others might benefit from. Um, if you're not one that believes in Jesus Christ, then I hope if you're listening right now, then something about this message must be touching you. Well, Jesus um, in the book of Matthew said gives a parable about those that are going to make it to the kingdom of God, and he compares them to the sheep and the goats, and how the goats were on his left hand and the sheep on his right. And he says, that come ye and inherit the kingdom. And then he says, for I was a hungered and you gave me meat. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you visited me. Um, I didn't have clothes and you dressed me. And anyway, I'm not quoting it perfectly. But then his followers said, when did we see you sick or in prison or hungry or thirsty? And he said, if you've done it unto one of the least of these, you've done it unto me. And last Christmas, Vicky and Casey and I, we went down to Mexico, and we decided to not give each other gifts, but to take what money we might give each other and take it down to Mexico and find some people in need. There was some criticism from people that follow our channel. Hey, there's plenty of poor people in America. I get it. But I've also lived in America most of my life, and I've lived outside of the United States for a couple years of my life. And I personally have not seen poverty um, so rampant. Is that the word? Anyway, it's everywhere, and so many people that really have nothing. And so last Christmas we went down to Mexico, and we were able to meet some amazing people. And we met Liliana and her kids. She's 24 years old and raising 4 kids, and her husband was 12 hours away trying to sell things to tourists. And we met her. We were able to help her have a good Christmas. It was just a special time. We bought 200 burritos while we were there, and we would go out and we'd hand them out to the people, and wish them Merry Christmas. And it just made so many people happy. And as we were doing this, one of the days, this couple that walked by and we gave them some burritos and they were so excited. They said, "Hey, there's some niños sin mama," which means there's some children without a mom. And Vicky understood enough because I think they said bebés uh, con no mama or sin mama. And so Vicky understood. Um, she's like, Alan, did they just say there's babies or kids without a mom? And I said, yes. And we went over, we followed him over, and there was this like 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl that was taking care of like 5 siblings in a shack that was just made out of cardboard and some blankets. And it just broke our heart. And we gave them whatever gifts we still had, and we said we'll be back. And we went and we filled up a big tote full of food. At There is a Walmart in Rocky Point, and yeah, a lot of people can't afford to shop there. But anyway, we went over there and we filled up this tote full of food, and we came back, and it just broke our heart. As we left there, Vicky was in tears. And we were like, man, we wish we could take these kids home with us. It was the hardest thing to leave them, but at least we left them with a bunch of food and with some gifts. And anyway, it was pretty touching. The next morning before we left, we thought we've got to go see those kids and make sure they're okay. And so we went to this neighborhood that was a very poor area. And as we as we pulled into down this road, we saw this little boy out in the road, and he was saying Feliz Navidad to people that would come up to this little tienda, this little store. And he was wishing people a Merry Christmas, and he'd hand them like a little package of cookies or crackers. And as we got close, we're like, oh my gosh, that's one of the kids that doesn't have a mom. And he was giving out our little crackers and cookies to wish people a Merry Christmas. And oh my gosh, our hearts were so full as we saw that this kid understood that Christmas is about looking out for others and serving others and doing things for them. Um, sorry, if you're happen to be watching still, I hope you'll share this message with somebody and think about it yourself. The true meaning of Christmas is to serve Jesus Christ, whose birth we celebrate. And the way we serve him is by serving others. We can't not go back to Mexico having met some of these families. We've got to go check on them and make sure they have something. But Vicky's like, Ellen, we've got to spend Casey's last Christmas at home in our home. And I get that. So we're going to make a quick trip down. It's about a 7-hour drive and then a 7-hour back. And we were like, okay, do we go right before Christmas, right after Christmas? But we're gonna go down and check on those kids. Hopefully they're okay. Um, we'll check on Liliana and her family. We'll probably buy another 100 burritos and or 200. Last time we did 200 burritos over 2 days, and we went and passed them out. Like I say, this is gonna be such a quick trip. I don't know how how much we'll get done, but um if you're interested in helping, let us know. Um, you could email us at the farm on Route 66 at gmail.com, or you could message us on Facebook and we could tell you how you could send something for us to be able to buy some burritos, buy some gifts, um, do some service. But I'm sure wherever you live, there's places to give and there's people to give. And I heard a story one time, there's people in Mexico that need help. That's true. But sometimes we just need to look across the street or we need to look at our siblings or our parents. And so, so we're also going to try to, Vicky's mom's in a memory care center in Scottsdale. And we tried to keep her with us as long as we could before her needs were so big that we could not, she was starting to fall. And so we couldn't even leave the house. Anyway, long story and I don't need to go into all of that. But we're gonna go pick her up on the way down to Mexico and take her to look at Christmas lights. And she may not remember, but that's okay. It's about her feeling our love and us trying to serve her. So anyway, those are some things we've got going. Um, but if you would like to help in any way, Jody just said it. She'll email us. We'd love to give you the opportunity if you would like to help. Because I know a lot of you may say, "Man, that would be so neat to help them," but I can't go to Mexico, or I don't have a passport, or my health's not good enough, or I've got Christmas plans. So I just thought I'd tell you that story because it's meant a lot to me. Thank you, Wayne. Wayne said it was a touching story. Whether you're of our faith or not, that doesn't matter. Um, I just if you're a Christian, if you believe in Jesus Christ and you celebrate Christmas, then let's remember whose birth it is that we celebrate and let's do something to serve him. And he's taught us that if you want to serve him, you serve others. And so regardless of how you do that, I hope you'll have a Merry Christmas. I don't know if you've ever seen those giving machines. They're really cool. You can go and you can swipe a card and you can pick a chicken or a goat or a Christmas meal. And the proceeds, 100% of those proceeds go to those causes and to help people around the world. It's pretty amazing. So, guys, I know it's not Christmas yet, but it's getting close. And we're trying to get ready to run some stuff down to Mexico to our dear friends there, and yet there's people around here that need service and need our love and attention. So please hit that like button and share this message with someone because I hope this message helps them. My good friend Vernon just said the perfect gift is to give the Savior, the one whose birth we celebrate, is to reach out and to uplift, care for, and serve someone else. I can promise the happiest of Christmases lay in store. Vernon said it perfectly, guys. I hope you'll all have a wonderful Christmas. Oh, wow. There's my dear friend Jennifer, and I pray that your husband Mike's feeling better. Sometimes the best thing we can do is just check on someone we love. So Jennifer, I'll try to reach out and see how Mike's doing. And guys, love you guys. Man, this weather is absolutely awesome. But I'm gonna go help a friend move real quick. Then I'm gonna run to Casey's basketball game. And then she has another basketball game tomorrow night, and then she has a tournament this weekend. So life's a little hectic, but it's good. It's really good. So hit that like button, and if you like this message, I'd love for you to share it, just because I think it'll be a good reminder for people to remember whose birth we celebrate. Sometimes we get so caught up in Christmas that we forget, oh yeah, it's to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. What am I getting him for Christmas? So have a great day, guys. I just thought I'd come down here on this beautiful day on the farm, and down here with Braveheart. That's what we've decided to name that guy. And Pumbaa. And there's Smokey Joe. Have a great day, guys. God bless.